Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. I appreciate you joining me this evening. I wanted to run through a couple of things, some information that you folks might want to know about on the infrastructure and things like that that's been going on, and the progress that's being made in Western North Carolina, not only on the infrastructure, but also with the families that the Central Global Methodist Church are continuing to help through the Helping Hands program that they've got, that they're helping families rebuild their homes that lost everything. And some cases, we've got them back in. We've got 5 families back in their homes. They're moved in. They've rebuilt. They've got their lives kind of back to what it used to be, but a lot of things has changed. A lot of them had to build a little higher up. A lot of them lost land. A lot of them lost riverside property. There's no dirt there anymore, nothing but great big boulders, non-utilizable land, I would guess you would call it. It's something that and I don't know how they're going to work that out, but they've got a lot of property now in a lot of these areas where the river got extremely wide. It removed all the dirt, all the debris, nothing left but just gigantic boulders. But I wanted to give you some information right off the bat here that currently, this is the statistics in Western North Carolina. There still are 4,800 families who are receiving temporary housing support. This is what we call the FEMA vouchers, but they didn't like that. These people are still in hotels, rental homes, mobile homes, and tiny sheds, things like that. There's been 1,300 roads that have been repaired and reopened by private contractors and the North Carolina Department of Transportation, including 1 lane in each direction on I-40 that now connects North Carolina to Tennessee. There's been 7.4 million cubic yards of debris that has been cleared, including 5.3 million that was just on the right-of-way of the highways alone. The Swannanoa River Road is now open. There was $20 million set aside on March 19th by the legislatures to remove more debris in North Carolina. 97% of the wastewater systems have been repaired. There are now 21,000 families that have had to apply for Medicaid. Only 7.5% of the homes that were affected in North Carolina had flood insurance. And the ones that had flood insurance, the majority of them were denied coverage, claiming that there was a mudslide. So they didn't get paid either way. Out of that, there was 127,000 homes that were damaged or destroyed in Western North Carolina, covering 11,000 square miles and a debris field of over 600 miles long. With that information, and you've got all the statistics on things. Now, I don't know, I didn't get a number yet on the number of bridges that are having to be replaced or repaired. I wanted to refocus some stuff on our families of Helping Hands. You've just heard the statistics and what they're up against and how the insurance companies has hoodooed them and not paid and found any way possible to not pay stuff. And a lot of these folks has been paying homeowners insurance for 40 years only for that insurance company to turn tail, come up with an excuse and flee the area. This is family number 1. They wanted to say thank you so much for checking in on us. They were speaking with Ross here from Central Global. We are still working on our house, but things are moving so slowly. One of the subcontractors have unfortunately had the stomach flu. That has kept him from working for more than a week. Our other builder has been sharing his time with other homes he was working on, and he has been on vacation for a week. He's expected to be back at our home tomorrow, we have managed to be closed in. So now they have begun working on the inside. They did replace our roof a little over 2 weeks ago. Our contractor still has not filled any price differences with any insurance that is possibly going to pay. He still wants to wait till they are all finished with the job to see if they will send any money to us. So we are still in a holding pattern. They still have quite a lot of work to do. We did have to have some trees removed that were a threat, that were right in front of the home. They were weakened from the storm. They were beside the one that came through the house, so they was afraid that it was weak, and that cost them $6,500 to have those trees removed. Even though we are on hold with y'all with the house, Jan said for us to mention this to you to see if it was something that you would be willing to help us with. And if not, that is perfectly okay. Y'all have been so giving and so supportive to us. That is so much appreciated. As far as the house goes, we can still remain on hold until we have answers for you. Thank you, Ross. Have a good evening. We have never asked for any help, and all of this has been so very appreciated. We wouldn't have mentioned this until Jan said for us to mention it to you. God has been with us through this whole experience. Thank all of you very much for what has been done. It has been such a stress relief. So this is on 3/5. This is our latest update. Now Ross will be getting another one, but on 3/5 he said thank you for checking in. We're having work done again this week, but no more numbers yet. We're still on hold until they get closer to the end. Thank you so much for the help with the tree removal. It will give us so much peace going back into the house. I promise I will keep in touch with when our builders get closer to being done and all the subcontractors are able to do their work. We appreciate all y'all have done and are helping us with. We have one gentleman that does most of the work by himself, except when other subcontractors come in to do their part. So it takes a little longer, but I'm not complaining because he is doing a wonderful job. And they said thank you. So that was one of the families right there, folks, that we've been working with. And to date, that family has received $41,500 toward their needed amount of money. The estimate was $150,000, and they're waiting to see what kind of payment, if any, will come from the insurance company. And they have requested us to hold off on anything until they get further assessment. And so I wanted to give you that information about what they were doing. Now, family 2 is back in their home. Family 3 is back in their home. Family 4 is in their home. Family 5 is in their home. And family 6 is in their home. And family 7 is going to be our next video. I'm going to try to get a hold of this fella and his wife. They were the ones that had hurricane insurance. And the insurance company, State Farm, failed to pay, claiming that he was flooded. And hurricane insurance is not covered by a flood. So another way to weasel out, folks. Right there you go. So wanted to let you know that. But we're going to be going through our families and updating you folks. It's been so generous with your donations and helping these folks. And that way you can see what's happening and how much these families have received. Now I can tell you, I can go back through here and tell you how much money family 2 received. they received $40,000. Family 3, their needs were 12 and they received 20 after needing additional stuff. So they received 20,000. Family 4, their monies needed was 20,000 and they have received 35,000 after replacing appliances and furniture. Family 5, they were needing 8,000 just to cover a hotel bill. This is the couple that I believe his wife had some medical problems and was needing, couldn't leave the hotel because of her disability. It seemed like she had had a stroke, which is correct. And so they were stuck in a hotel because they had to have somewhere handicap accessible, and they were unable to locate anything. They had lived in a rental house. The landlord rebuilt, but their furnishings that they lost was estimated between 15 and 20, and they received 15,000 through the donations through Helping Hands. Family 6, their monies needed initially was about 20,000, and they have received 25,000. Family 7, their estimated needs is 275,000. This is the ones that was covered by hurricane insurance. They didn't get that. They owed 84,000 on their current home, and then insurance didn't pay. They've had to rebuild, and they couldn't even rebuild where they were at, so they've rebuilt on some family land about a quarter of a mile away, and they have received right now, and we're in a holding pattern because they've got to get a well and everything drilled at that location. They've received 20,000 so far, and they wanted us to hold off until they could get some more stuff lined up. They were having trouble. It was so wet and so cold. They couldn't make progress with what they were needing. Family number 8 is on the books, and they have received 30,000 so far. Family 9 has received 25,000 so far. Family number 10 has received 30,000 so far. Family number 11 has received 15,000, so 15,500 so far. It's just different amounts of what they have told us that they need to get things that they need, and they've not asked for much, and that's why some of them are more than others. Family number 12 has received 20,000 so far. But we're going to be going through each family, folks, and letting you know kind of what's the story, what's going on so far. And like I said, our next family will be family 7. And you can see his video if you'll go back in the library. I actually talk with him. Now, you do know that we do not give names for privacy purposes, and we would never do that. And we don't want to embarrass anybody or anything, but these families have been put in a bad situation, and a lot of them's got children, small children, and their insurance is not paying, and you know, they without the help, they're going to go bankrupt. And this family number 7, folks, let me even tell you, his house didn't have electricity. It was completely washed out. Now, foundation was washed out from under it. It was just kind of hanging on part of the foundation, full of mud, debris, The walls busted in. The well filled up with mud. There was no electricity to the house, and he still owed $84,000 on the mortgage. Yet the mortgage company required him to continue paying his homeowner's insurance. Ain't that crazy? The house was not livable, no electricity in it, and no running water at all, nothing. Yet they required him to keep paying on an insurance policy that wouldn't pay him. And they told him if he didn't pay that, the bank would take out an insurance policy and they would have to pay higher rates to the bank. So he bulldozed the house as quick as he could because it couldn't be repaired, and to stop the insurance payments. And I don't blame him. So folks, I appreciate you watching this evening on Deep River Farm as we're trying to cover some things to continue to help support these families at Helping Hands. If you're interested in helping through the Helping Hands program, you'll see the link down below, the link to the Central Global Methodist Church, and it'll carry you right to the web page of the Hurricane Relief and Deep River Farm there, and you'll be able to help those folks. You can donate to an individual family, or you can donate to just your money go to help these, we got 7 families left. We have 7 families left, and you can just donate a donation, and it'll go to all the families that are in this. So I appreciate you joining us. This is a big undertaking, and we appreciate everybody's support that's been donating. Some of you have been donating faithfully every 2 weeks, every month. We see that, and we appreciate that. And the folks have no idea who's donating to them, and you have no idea who you're donating to. But that's the way it should be. And the folks just be bad. They was very, very reluctant to even apply for the help. A lot of them had to be persuaded by Pastor Tim, because he knew their financial situation and what was down the road for them. And if they hadn't have at least called Central and kind of give the story of what happened, they would have been in big trouble. So folks, thanks for watching. We're going to continue on with our next video here in a little while when we get all the information gathered. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.